Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. In today's episode, we have the chance to complete Europe in the save. We, of course, have the Europa League final versus Rangers Football Club. If you have been enjoying the content, do give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, links are down below. We have been streaming a little bit on Twitch, of course, as well. And let me know in the comment section that after this final, no matter if we win, lose or draw, we'll be looking for a new job. Is it best for me to resign? Would you normally resign to create a managerial merry-go-round? I'm actually thinking because we're in such a big job, I will. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see where we go from here. Now, let's first things first. Cap, did we win the Premier League title? Oh yes, we did with 92 points. So guess what? We have to load into the Excel spreadsheet. We have to go into here. We have to go to Glory Hunter and, well, we've got to give it a good old tick in this box here and say that we won the EPL. Won EPL with, of course, Newcastle. It was pretty fantastic there in terms of how we did it. Obviously, since the last episode, we beat Brighton 5-0, who are dead bottom and already relegated. Somehow, we have our full strength side because we know that the Europa League is always 3 days after the end of the season. I went full strength, and Everton with a 0.77 XG scored 2. To be fair, we didn't do much in this game. It was a fairly tight performance. But without fear, on the final day, being ahead of Man United by a point, we went and obliterated Leicester with a fully rotated side. Smith Rowe getting going. Brown, back from injury, got some minutes, which is good because it means he can start today against Rangers. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a chance to win the Europa League. We won the Premier League. We won the Carabao Cup. We only got knocked out in the FA Cup because we went to penalty shootout against Chelsea and decided to lose that one in a 0-0 draw. Now, with that all being said, let's see how Rangers have got to this competition here at the moment. They did end up finishing second in the Scottish Premier. As you can see, he did not win in their last 3 games, but drew in their last 3, and really did fail, to be fair, in the Championship group. In their last 5 in the Champions League group, 4 draws, 1 win. 1 loss, sorry, apologies. Their last win wasn't even in the Championship group. They did not win a game. This bodes very well for us. This probably puts us in the position of we should be pumping them. Now let's have a look at how we have got here for them in the Europa League. In the league phase, they did come out in the top 8. We did say that they would. They got through Besiktas before getting through a very tight tie against Hertha Berlin. They did, of course, draw only in Spain 1-1 and did dominate Hippus in the second leg semi-final, which we're going to have a look at right now. Hippus lining up in the 4-3-3. They lined up in a 4-2-3-1. Anthony, the midfielder, the 10 there. Trisha Guy's there as well. Ruben Yilmaz, this guy having a pretty good game there. But if he's their best player or one of their best players, we really should be in a position where we do look to run over them. Now, of course, Dembélé has scored a lot of goals this season, 12 in 29, 36 in all competitions, quite a lot in Europe. They played 20-odd matches in Europe because they went through qualifying, of course, and had 24 goals. So, yes, he's a very good footballer in terms of what he does, but that's one guy. I really think we should be okay. Now, I do say always go check out to see how we've gone about and how we've got here, because we've had some drama in some moments. Not too much drama, but most notably, of course, Dortmund. With that being said, we have only drew 1 game in the league phase. That was Atlanta on the opening day. Won the rest, topped the group, absolutely spanked Villarreal before drawing in that one, fully rotating at home. And we did get FM'd after being 2-0 up. Obviously, Dortmund FM'd us in Germany. Well, when I say FM, they played okay on the break, but we really should have scored in that game. Absolutely obliterated him in the 4-2-3-1. Thank you, Roman Tisney. And then Arsenal, we obliterated as well. If you look at the two sides and where they've come from and we're Premier League champions and they couldn't even win a game in their Champions group, there's the potential that this is an absolute blowout. Lastly, before we get into it, I am going to talk about jobs. As you can see, in terms of head coach roles, the only jobs that are available, Bayero 4 has got a head coach role there. And that is a pretty interesting job. They have 205 mil as the overall balance, and their best player is that guy. Yeah, I'm going to be putting my name in this job. He's very elite at what he does. I would be putting him up front and saying, mate, you have got the ability to finish everything. Off you go. And to be quite fair, he's the sort of guy that if you do not have wingers, you make sure that you play the 4-1-2-1-2 because he is very good. He's wanted by a lot of people and he has a 104 mil release fee. They've got 200 and something mil in their balance. I ain't going to apply for this job just yet, but the Bayero 4 job is something I'm definitely keeping an eye out for. If you have a look at the rest of the jobs here that are available too, they've got Union Berlin and they've got Liga Un job there. Hippus' job is still insecure. Stuttgart's job's insecure. Monaco's job's insecure. So if this becomes available, they only have 34 mil, but one of the more favourable sides as well. Real Madrid have finished second. They're still okay there. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I think what we're going to do is after we play this Europa League final, I will definitely apply for the Bayer 04 job, but I'll probably also look to resign from Newcastle and see who decides to try and fill this void, and that will hopefully leave a gap in one of the leagues you want to move to. We just pray that it's not like a Jurgen Klopp who's currently at Juve decides to go back to England. Let's have a look at this Europa League final. It's Kapka and Saelmakers, Magala, Larox and Merlin, Sibbett, Tisney and Bellingham, Brown, Isaac and Osimhen. It is as full strength as it gets. Everybody's fit. Everybody's ready to go. We rotated last time out. I am very, very happy with the team. Let's go and win the Europa League. We should be winning it. But look, Rangers are here. They have pedigree. I would say that we should be smacking them, but let's go find out. I'll happily settle for a 1-0 win right now. Golini's in net. He's a very good keeper, to be fair, so we've got to get past him. Palenka's a very well-rounded-ish mental fullback, but is pretty slow. Gianluca Mancini's 33. Makes you see how many seasons we are into this save. Not 100% fit. Leon King on the other side as well is actually still looking very good. Lacks a little bit defensively, but that's it. Yilmaz is actually a very good fullback and someone that I would actually target to move along down, depending on where we go, would be an option for me to sign. Raskin's okay. Papa Guay is still very decent. They then got Kevin out on the right-hand side, who's okay with some pace. Lucas for the middle, he's okay. Anthony, he's 29, he's quick, but that's about it. And Dembasak's up top. It's a team that's like, they've got options, they're okay, but, they got Joseph Adu, that people may know there too. Yeah, it's a side that I look at and go, look, this should be an opportunity for us to go and win this one fairly comfortably. Now, of course, this was the position we've already been in. We have lost the Europa League final once already in the save. Of course, with Hippus, we were losing to Chelsea. We came back into it. Chelsea scored another one, and we did lose that day. That was in the competition where Rangers find themselves in now. You've gone above your means. You've made the Europa League finals great, but you've come up against a really good side. The only thing I will say is that Hippus side was so well suited to the Diamond, and our Hippus side at that stage had some very, very talented players like Arsene Zachariah and Diaz. You don't see those players in that Rangers side, do you? So I think this definitely heavily leans into the favouritism of Newcastle. Now, lastly, before we mention it, before we get into kickoff, this team, not this particular side, but Newcastle won the Europa League a couple of years ago. Some of those players were here for that. That experience should absolutely weigh into this being a game that we dominate. Away we go here. 15 minutes played, yet to have a highlight, and it is a set piece for Rangers, who are, of course, in the famous blue. Bellingham, though, wins the second ball. Larox now with a great ball out there, the Brown. World class, back from injury. Let's see if he gets through 90 minutes today. Brown now inside the Saelmakers, who finds Morgala, and Morgala now with a ball to Saelmakers. He picks it up, he thumps one into Brown's area. Brown looks to cut one, instead it's deflected into Golini's hands, and that's probably the highlight, because FM loves seeing those as highlights. It's not, they go long. Morgala wins, Bellingham can turn, that's a great ball out to Brown again, and now Brown can create. Saelmakers put under a heap of pressure, that's pretty poor, but Bellingham wins it back. Ball to Isaac's pretty good. Knocked to Osimhen. We are 1-0 up inside 17 minutes. And just as easy as that, it's one ball, it's a knockdown header, and we lead 1-0. And, well, hopefully we push on from here and make this a very easy Europa League final. Arguably could have been a foul, but it was a poor pass, but we win it back. Bellingham, a little bit lucky. Isaac, smart header. Osimhen, look, he complained at the start of the year he wanted to leave. He's not very happy he stayed. He's a fantastic footballer. I will miss him. Golini now with the ball. They go long. Headed down to Bellingham. Saelmakers. Back into Morgala. Finds Larox. Tisney. Larox. Merlin. And we just move it side to side now. Have to go back the other way, which we definitely do. This team is very well drilled. Morgala. Bellingham. Morgala. Brown presents it feet. Gets it. Has Saelmakers going beyond. Keeps it instead. Perfectly fine as we're probing the move. Bellingham drops in. Poor from Bellingham again, but Saelmakers wins it back. He can turn now, and he does. And he drives. And that is a pretty good ball to Isaac. Osimhen's in the 6-yard box. Stead, Bellingham made a run. Brown made a run. Lewis Brown back from injury. The man that came through the academy and apparently has been given offside. For what reason? They're going to try and say that Osimhen has blocked the keeper's view. The keeper is bloody halfway down the other side of the goal. He's not saving that. A disallowed goal for a goal that's never going to be disallowed in real life. Only 1-0. FM, you're having a laugh. Anthony's ball in. Mugala picks it up calmly and thumps away. Mistake. Somehow Tisney did not win it. King now. Mancini. Guay. Rivden. Picked off by Mugala. We're everywhere at the minute. Let's hope this next goal counts. Great ball from Brown. Osimhen's there. Tackle. Isaac misses. Really should be 3-0 after that chance. Still only 1. Keeper's not impeded by that. If it's a shot that's gone across and it's gone through the guy's body and the keeper cannot move and the guy has not been able to react, the keeper's literally taken 3 steps and gone full length. Sacks there. Thank God he's missed. Katko makes a save. We need to find a second goal right now because Rangers are still in this game at 1-0, even though we had a legitimate second goal disallowed because the game is poor. 44th minute corner. Merlin with a chance to whip one into the front stick. And he does. Larox doesn't win the header. Tisney does though. Falls its way back to Merlin, or finds its way back to Merlin. Gets in the area. Goes well. Effort's been blocked. And apparently it's taken a couple of deflections. It's somehow a goal kick. Interesting. We are 1-0 up. We are winning. But I am actually going to tell him I'm not happy. And the reason why I'm not happy is it really should have been 2-3-0. Game over. Even on top of the legitimate goal that Brown scored. If we don't win this Europa League, I am going to be looking at that moment and going, Football Manager, what have you done? If we do keep a clean sheet, though, we end up winning the competition, and that's all that matters. Merlin with a long throw. Osimhen looks to roll his man and does. And he tries to take on the sliding tackle. Gets lucky. Isaac's in the area. Osimhen's still there. Bellingham's there. Where's the flag? Are you offside? Is it offside? Is someone standing in front of the keeper? Is he meant to make a save from 6 yards out? Is he meant to somehow reposition and be Superman? It's not offside this time? Thank you. It's 2-0. Just had to make sure that there was a no flag. Thank you very much. It is 2-0. We do lead in the Europa League final. Finally 2-0. Jude Bellingham, who's world class. He's Mr. Fantastic. And well, at the moment, Rangers need a response fairly quick, and they do get a highlight from kickoff, but there could also be the way that we win the ball back and make it 3-0. We nearly win it in the initial press. Rivden now into Anthony. Goes down that line, picked off, somehow falls back to him between 2 Newcastle players and Sailmakers. They haven't done that. Ball flicked on, but only as far as Civet. And here we come. Tisney's good on the ball. What a ball. Osimhen's there. Keeper somehow got something on it. Isaac heads, Osimhen, Tisney picks it up, great ball to Brown, he gets into the area, cuts at the Sailmakers, Brown, ball back stick, Isaac wins, it's 3-0. I love to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to win the Europa League. And it's going to be Europe completed. I know it's 63 minutes in, but there's more chance this finishes 6 or 7-0 than it does finishing 3-3. Great ball in from Brown. Isaac's there. No offside flag. Again, it's going to be the running joke. But there we are. We have put him to the sword. What a team. And as you can see, their centre-backs are starting to get a little bit tired. Same with a couple of their midfielders as well. So we're in very, very tip-top form. With 76 minutes left to go, I'm going to make a couple of changes here to get a few boys to have some minutes. Sane's had a fantastic year. With the last time he gets a major competition, you feel with his age. Smith Rowe has been an absolute fantastic player for us to pick up. Roman Galbert has scored some important goals in the competition, so we'll give him a minute. Bellingham will come off for my boy Iwamoto. Jude Bellingham, I am going to miss you. He is 25 on the game. There is a likelihood that we might use him at some point later in the save. It may be hard to get him away from England, but what a player. I'm going to miss you for sure, my man. With that being said too, I'm also going to get off here as well. Sailmakers, who's dead, just for Frimpong to go and enjoy. He's pretty decent at what he does. But yeah, Sailmakers, great player. Look, so many players that we have here that have been fantastic. Sergio doesn't get a minute here, but the Brazilian's been fantastic throughout the season. But let's go and enjoy this. You got the midfield of Tisney and Iwamoto. Feels like AC Milan days a little bit there. We just enjoy it. Drink it in. Off we go. It is fantastic. We are 3-0 up. Barring something miraculous, it's all but ours. Hoping to keep a clean sheet as well. If I could, that would be great. And Sane wins it back. Morgala, Frimpong, Sane, ball looking for Roman, was actually well played to be fair. Didn't give him a chance to run onto it or anything like that. He wins the ball back though, the Frenchman. He will be part of our French squad. Coming up for sure. Sane now drives, comes back around, finds Morgala. I want 4, you want 4, we all want 4. If it's 4, you give him the episode a like and leave in a comment of we wanted 4. Tisney gets absolutely cut up. Ball out the other side here. We could actually concede. Maybe we're going to concede. He's offside anyway. Katko really should have got there. Offside. Thank you. Katko really should have got there. Look at the keeper's positioning. He's standing so high off his line. He really should get there, but I'm guessing he's left it because he knows it's offside. Yeah, weird highlight. Anyhow, time ticks. 90th minute. We still want 4. Larox picks it up. Katko's been fantastic. And, well, we're about to be a European Europa League champion, ladies and gentlemen. Roman Galbert, Sane's in for 4-0. He didn't get it. Galini's actually made a very, very, very good save. And the pointless highlight to end off the season and our time at Newcastle. We've not long left to go. Ball's been headed out of play. And in 30 seconds' time, we will be Europa League winners. The whole reason we came here was because we knew this was the possibility of this team being that good, it would win the Europa League easy. And by one real big moment against Dortmund, it has been easy. Even Arsenal in the semi-final has been easy. There we go. We are winners of the Europa League. Tisney, by the way, is now a Champions League, Europa League, EPL and Serie A winner, which I love. And here we are. That is really awful. I want to see us lift it. Thank you. There it is. Europe has been completed. Let's go put that into here. There we are. UEL. Mark it as a 1. Mark it as a 1. Does that mean I put a 1 somewhere? Or you don't have a number lock working? Mark it as a 1. Mark it as good. Give it some bold context. And we won. And we won the UEL. At the end of Season 7, we now have England completed. We now have Italy completed. And we have the whole of Europe completed. We are 1 trophy away. We are 1 win in a World Cup competition away from completing the international stage. And of course, we still have to go and topple Spain, which is Barcelona and Real Madrid. We have to go topple Germany, which is taking on the almighty likes of Bayern Munich. And of course, the hardest one of the lot, we have to topple France, where PSG just run ravage in every single season. It's been fun, Newcastle. We've enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time to have a look at what our new team will be. Thank you and goodbye. I will miss you, Robin Tisney. I will miss you. Actually, you know what? Let's go have a look at him. I have to have a look at my boy. Where is he? He's my boy. I'm going to miss you, mate. We'll bring him back at some stage, somewhere down the line.